about set to begin another week of football, and happy to have you along. We are underway on Thursday night primetime. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Now a play fake here on first down. They'll get this complete to Matthew Golden. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
One down, only about 500 more to go this season. He would certainly welcome most of his passes this year going as well as that. Now that the first one is over, time to settle into a groove and begin the long journey towards Week 18 and hopefully the playoffs.
On first down, it's Benson. Nowhere to go that time. They maybe got a yard up to the 40. Now 2nd and 9.
Let's go now.
Another run here with Benson. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. 1 yard and now no yards. Have him looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, and that is incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. Boy, fingers crossed here. First quarter of a new season, already an injury. And while they attend to him, we'll step aside. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
2nd and 5. Killer here, it's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
Yeah, 1 for 1. A lot more to go. Back to throw now on first down. Open man is the tight end, Mason Taylor. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 34. He'll drop to throw. This pass out wide to Hall. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
That's out to the left, flat and complete. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Jets are on the board here first in the season opener. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout.
Here comes the blitz as they look to throw.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. He took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
Ethan Evans on now to punt.
This is taken at the 15. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance.
And the Jets will take over.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
Perfect start to the season on their first drive last time out, able to find the end zone. Now we'll see if they can make it 2 for 2.
There he goes, left side. Inside the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York.
Breece Hall,
74 yards.
And the Jets are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
I'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill, but the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
In motion goes the tight end. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. It's taken to the 26.
So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return.
And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last time that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. They get this out left. Only a yard of the completion. It's 2nd and goal.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Well, that's going to bring up a big call now because he was unable to make the play himself on 2nd down. Now you just have to wonder, Will they keep the ball in his hands on third down?
Maybe the first big test of the season here on both sides. This is 3rd and goal. He'll look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. 16-0. That's the score after one on EA Sports. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There's a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
Usually the offense has an answer to anything a defense throws at them, including a safety valve, and that's what they did on that play. They went there, but the defense still made an excellent play and held them to no gain.
The offense on 3rd down today, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here's Ethan Evans now. Pulled in at the 24. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. And good work bringing that one back as he picks up about 16 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But also have to remember, they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. Now he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. Now this offense in mid-season form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10. Off the RPO, he completes it. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that will bring up 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the Packers' 16-yard line.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose.
Much like the running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time. Wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. And it'll be intercepted. And the Packers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. He'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, congratulations to them. They come through defensively with another stop. And let's face it, this secondary, they've gone unchallenged so far in the first half.
Now he'll tuck this and run. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure. And it's a loss of 6. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Fielded just inside the 30. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And the Jets will have a short field to work with as they take over 1st and 10. Here's a quick throw out to Wilson. They'll give him 4 yards there. And it's 2nd down.
Complete to Garrett Wilson. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. The quick throw complete into the flat out left. 7 yards there and a 1st down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now back to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Back to throw again. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. They'll look to throw again. Now they go screen. It's complete. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 15-yard line. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues. Ball want to give up the middle. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Breece Hall, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Jets are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in Week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
The Jets will line up for a 2-point conversion.
They'll try to run it here. But he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. And so they run it in on the 2-point try. You know, so often, Charles, we talk about from the offense's perspective what you do on the 2-point conversion. How about the defense? How do they play run versus pass?
It's really difficult for them because I think most teams want to play for the pass. That's what they see most teams do. And so are you able to mass enough people inside if the team decides to run it? Very difficult. I think what you're seeing a lot more now, people blitzing the 2-point conversion. They want you to make a quick decision and make it right now.
There, the offense wins the battle for 2. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Over the middle, he's got Golden. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try to wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
Martin, I think it's high time you get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now.
Dragon 60.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Throw left side complete. That's Williams. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
And that's why you do all the drills that you do from the quarterback position, because you're not going to just throw to your strength. The right-handed quarterback naturally will want to move to the right side to throw the football. But sometimes you've got to go left, and that's exactly what happened on that play. Forced to his left, still able to accurately throw it downfield for a completion.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Williams. Now a 2nd and 2. Again, he'll drop the throw. That's taken in by Golden. Breaks the tackles, get room to run. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series, because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And they get a little bit closer here as the lead's down to 3 touchdowns. Well, the good news, at least they won't take that goose egg into the locker room. Maybe a little something to build on.
Yeah, it hasn't been the greatest of first halves for them, has it? But at least now, as you mentioned, they put some points on the board. And it's been funny in our experience watching games. Sometimes something as little as a field goal can change the fortunes of a team, and they could come out and look real sharp in the second half.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. 1 second, all that remains. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Here we go on the return from the 1-yard line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Second half starts with a run by Hall. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hall. Now he's loose again. Breece Hall. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Breece Hall with now 3 week 1 touchdowns. And the Jets come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. McLaughlin now to add the PAT. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go.
Jets 31, Packers 3.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And he returns this to the 22. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Oh, they try a lateral on the return, and now the ball's loose. And it looks like the defense has got it.
So the big gain through the air, but scratch it all off because he could not hang on to the football.
And you have to like what they did on defense here. They didn't give up on the play. Big yardage given up, but they still battled all the way to the end and helped force a turnover.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He finds Taylor, complete. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great control.
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown.
Garrett Wilson,
An 11-yard touchdown.
and the Jets have taken a 5-touchdown lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They'll start on the ground with Benson.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Second and 13. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And third and 8 now.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
On third down, he'll drop to throw.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now fourth down.
On now is the Packers punter. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And they'll get to this and touch it. Looks like, yeah, right at the 15-yard line here.
At their own 15-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. And the last time I look at repeat that, Charles' defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up
Third and 3.
Back to throw here.
He'll try to pick it up himself. And it's taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
That's good for a Jets. First down. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
There's a quick throw caught out wide.
And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Looking to throw.
And check down, complete to Hall.
And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. He'll drop to throw. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Pushing his way through.
He's still on his feet.
And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A great effort there. 41 yards.
And the Jets get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
From the 23, here's the 2nd and 9.
They'll set up to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Still on his feet.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers.
Savion Williams.
85 yards.
And the Packers are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit.
Extra point right down the middle. So they do get 1 score back, but still a long way to go here in the third quarter. Oh, I think the Packers got it. Yep, Green Bay football. Well, I guess they felt like they needed something to get them going. Maybe you wait for this type of a play, but they try the onside kick, and it works.
I'm starting to wonder if the analytics coach is starting to get involved in the football nowadays. When you see this type of play made, this type of a risk taken, sometimes there's a different influences going into the head coach's ear.
That's caught inside the 20. And he gets this all the way inside the Jets' 20 into the red zone.
Well, he reminded us that he was a 1,000-yard receiver a year ago as he starts off week 1 picking up right where he left off. He told us at the end of the preseason he was primed for a big year. He just gave us excellent evidence of his belief.
And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
We're just looking at the scoreboard and where we're at in the third quarter. I don't know that it's going to matter much at this point, CD, but these small runs on the ground, they're not going to get it done.
No, they're not. And right now, the guys stopping the run have been superior in this ball game, giving them no openings, no seams, and now they've got this game well in hand. I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
Pass caught. That's Golden.
And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
A gain of 3. It's 4th down.
Warriors 70.
He'll look to throw. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 25, here's second down and 8. Back to throw. Taylor here to bring it in on the crossing route. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
On play action, they'll throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And the Packers will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other.
And deep he goes into Jets territory before being taken down. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 46 yards.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
Ready.
They'll run with Benson. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Trey Benson, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Packers get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit.
Ready up.
Another shot from the one on second and goal.
Ready. Ready.
They'll try and sneak it here. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the one.
No gain on the play.
Officially no gain on the sneak. Kind of a wasted play there, and now it's third down.
Let's go now.
Benson. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on fourth and goal.
Short of the goal line. A gain of a yard. It's now fourth and goal.
Going for it. Here's Benson. And he's not going to get there. They tackle him at the 2. They stop him up short on fourth and goal from the 1. And the Jets are going to get the football back. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Caught. It's Wilson. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. This pass out wide to Hall. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A big play that time on the catch and run. And the Jets are going to get a new set of downs.
First down. First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Back to throw now on first down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess,
He didn't like how some of the stats were run earlier. He wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up. But he certainly will have some explaining to do.
The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. And that's good for a gain of 6. And it'll be second down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. The Jets on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll run with Hall. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Chase McLaughlin now for the field goal try. And his kick is good. We are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. After the made field goal, here's McLaughlin back out there to kick it away. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, and to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this 4th quarter. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll drop the throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, these guys are not going to go out with their tails between their legs. They're going to keep taking their shots until the clock's at 000. But that one, like a lot of others, winds up incomplete.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. With 3rd down coming up.
Let's go. 19 tight. 19 tight. 70 Timberwolves.
Back to throw again. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
I like what they tried to do there. Tried to hit him with something quick, get the ball in his hands, and hope he could make some yards after the catch and pick up a 1st down. Weren't able to do so on that play.
This complete to the tight end, Tucker Kraft. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a 1st down. Now it looks like he'll throw here. He dumps this one off here to Hall. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
And the Jets, 1st down. 1st and 10.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal.
At the 6-yard line.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out.
And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. McLaughlin for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
The score, Jets 55, Packers 10. Chase
Fall Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. Powering his way forward. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Get it. Panther 60. Panther 60.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. He had to absorb another little bump there from the defense. Another incomplete pass. We've seen a lot of that tonight.
They've come after him all night long. Nothing but pressure in his face. He's trying to stand up there and make throws. As hard.
And that is going to officially draw the curtain up. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. Well, partner, the season officially underway. It was great to be back with you, obviously, but the first game of the year always a special one, and love, I know you do too, love having it on a Thursday night.
Yeah, I think it makes it special, right? It makes it so that everyone is just watching, all eyes on it on a special night like that. I think it's going to be a great season, partner. Can't wait for the next several months. We know there are going to be surprises all the way through the season. And before we know it, we'll be talking about opening up on a Thursday night again next season.
So for the Jets, they begin the new campaign with a victory here.
To you cowards, then it's gonna be quick. All your men have been to jail before. Whoa. And all the motherfuckers you run with.